Hello and welcome to How I See It. I'm your host, Robert Shuemak, and this show is about accessible technology and how it can work for you. Here on the show today, I have with me a fellow advocate, Heather Sturgill. Welcome, Heather.
Hi, thank you for having me on, Robert.
I asked you to come because I want you to talk a little bit about some of the accessible technology that you use in your daily life and in your home.
Two of the main things that I use on a regular basis are the Echo. It's the Amazon Echo,
Mm-hmm.
and that's integrated with. Well, it, I use it every day, but in my new home where I'm going, it's integrated with the August Home Lock,
Mm-hmm.
and those two things are amazing pieces of technology. The Echo, with that, I literally say Alexa, which activates the program,
Right.
and then I can have it play music. I can add stuff to my calendar. I can listen to podcasts. I can put together shopping lists, and so many more things. It's also going to be connected with my lighting. So, in the
Mm-hmm.
evening, I can say, Alexa, turn on kitchen lights, and it will. Or when I'm upstairs getting ready for bed, I can say, Alexa, turn off all the lights. So then I know that all the lights are turned off, whether I've been downstairs recently or not. And then it also has alarms. You can wake up, timers for cooking. And then they're always adding more features to it all the time.
Right. Right. Um. Now I've been going back and forth with the Google and the Alexa. Um. What are you? What is your take on them?
I think Alexa is better because there's more variety of products. I think Google's going, there's the potential for Google to catch up quickly. But if you're comparing Google Home, the base Google model, with the original base Echo model, um, the Google Home is about $30 more.
Right. Right.
Um, and they only have different. They've got a small version that is comparable with the Echo Dot, and that's the Google Home Mini. And they're comparably priced. It's $50 each. But Echo also has Echo Show and Echo
Mm-hmm.
Spot, and Google doesn't have that.
Right.
So with Echo Show and Echo Spot, those are screens. The Spot is about probably the size of a big grapefruit, maybe, maybe a little bit bigger than that. And it's got a screen on it, so you can use it like an alarm clock, and you can see things with it. But you can also see video with it. If other people, you can actually make phone calls with the Echo products, and you can make video calls with the Echo Show and the Echo Spot, and you can also use it to check in on people. So if I have this with my aunt who she's had a hip replaced, I can check in on her. If I haven't heard from her and I call and she's not answering, I can have it hooked up that I can see her space if she allows. So if it's already set up that she allows that,
Mm-hmm.
that's not something I can just like spy on people with.
Right. Right.
So it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
But that is a feature that's pretty cool.
Right. Exactly.
And now I don't know if you know this, but they're coming. Microsoft and Apple are coming out with their versions of it.
No, I didn't know that, but my
Hmm.
next question to you was going to be, is the Amazon Echo compatible with Apple and the iPhone?
Currently, it is because there's not much that needs to be compatible except the telephone, and that's just a phone number and access to your contacts list. Um, so that's not a big issue. Now, Google, Android used to be more compatible with Microsoft, and they're pulling back a lot of their products. So, the Microsoft Office products, they're not as compatible with Android phones as they used to be. So hopefully that'll change, because that's one of their strengths that they used to have. Now, there is a strength that Google has that Amazon doesn't.
Yep.
Because Google has their strength is their search engine.
Oh, yeah.
And Amazon is more of a, it interacts with other tech. It's more of an assistant. Its strength is not its search engine.
Right. And hopefully one day that will become a strength, because I know I like the search engine a lot.
But you can also order things with the Amazon Echo. You can, not just add it to your shopping list, but you can say, buy it for Amazon Prime, and actually have it delivered.
Right. Is there anything else you want to talk about as far as what you use in the home?
Well, we've talked about the tech assistants, but we haven't talked about the August locks. And that is one of the things that, since I don't have use of my hands, that's one of the things that I absolutely love, because I can approach my door.
Yeah.
And because it's synced with my phone, then the door automatically unlocks, and I just have to push my automatic door opener button, and that actually physically, pulls on the door to open it or close it. And then it automatically locks behind me, and I don't have to think about it. And if I'm away, I can give other people a code, and then it'll track when they come in. So for example, my assistant in the morning that helps me get out of bed, I don't have to give her a key.
Right.
She has a code, and if for some reason, I don't ever foresee this happening with her, because she's fantastic, but I have heard it happening with other people, that nutty things can happen, and you can just turn off that code, and then they no longer ever have access to your house.
Right.
It's not like you have to physically get the key back from them.
Yeah, and that's awesome. I also have a electronic door, but it's not connected to my iPhone or anything. I just have a small remote that I push, and it automatically opens the door.
Yeah, this automatically opens the door, but it doesn't automatically unlock it. So with the August lock, it can automatically unlock it for anybody without their having to push my button on my chair. And then they also have a doorbell cam and a keypad. So we can have a keypad outside, so if my phone stops working, I can get someone to press the keypad for me. And if someone rings the doorbell, I can answer it remotely with my phone, or answer them remotely. And so it seems like I'm home, and they're less likely to break in.
Great. Well, it was good to hear about some of these interventions that they have gotten for people with disabilities to make their lives a lot better, and they can be more independent. I appreciate you coming on the show, and I'm sure there'll be an opportunity for you to come back again.
Awesome. I've enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
I tell you what, I'd like you guys to keep watching, and if there's anything that you'd like me to talk about, you can always reach me here at Hamilton County DD Services. Just call, ask for Robert Shuemak, 794-3300. Thank you, and see you next time.